So one of the big mistakes I see sales reps make is the lack of listening at the beginning and then taking what they found out at the beginning and actually using it through the presentation and then ultimately to close at the end. A great example of this is I personally like to write a list and really ask questions to get a really good list of exactly what the customer is looking for. And then while I'm going through the presentation, I highlight features, problems that they're running into, benefits of products that sort of help solve or align with what they're looking for. And then I ignore all the other stuff. So anything that doesn't really relate to what they're looking for, I may mention it, but I'm not going to harp on it. Whereas if it definitely lines up, then I can specifically say, oh yeah, and since you guys are doing this, this here would actually line up pretty well. And then before I get to the price at the end, I go through everything that they said and I ask them, so then they tell me in their words whether or not they feel like I solved with my solution the actual things they're looking for, right? I've checked off all their boxes. They say it, not me, right? And then finally, it becomes extremely important at the very end. Let's say that they're now deciding whether or not they should do it, right? They're trying to make a decision. And maybe they have to think about it. They've already had a company out, or maybe they've got one company coming out. Then it becomes even more important to make sure that we've checked everything, but that we were listening as to what was the main reason they called us in the first place. What is the main priority out of all of those things that they're looking to solve, right? And if you can nail down that one main thing and then compare what we offer versus what that other company offers or the company they're gonna have out offers in terms of that one most important thing for them, if your product's gonna solve that better than the other company, they now have much higher chances of making that decision while you're there. So then you can make it less about we're better, they're worse, and more about which one do you think, based off the information we just went over between us and that other company, is going to solve your problem better. And one of the big things here is you will actually sometimes find that people will push price away, and it really becomes that, right? If you're focused on trying to solve their problems versus just trying to, get them to the cheapest price, which is interesting. But hopefully this video is helpful. I always make sure I listen and create a really good list so I can bring it up later. And then sometimes just having those couple of wants or needs starred that are most important, you can utilize those at the end to get the close.